Hey, today I want to talk about why creatives or creative types, artists, and entrepreneur types, uh, and I put entrepreneur in there too because there are a lot of creative entrepreneurs that uh, the driving force behind their entrepreneurial drive is the need for expression and creativity. And this is a need that, in my opinion, the current fabric of the paradigm of how modern employment is set up. And I'll have a video to share with you from another YouTube channel. I will post a link to it below, where it shows someone from the government getting people to sign over all of their rights in exchange for freedom. But basically they're enslaved, and they become enslaved to the government. Now, we may not be having the government telling us what to do, like this morning I got up and I come out here to the coffee shop. I was free to do that, right? However, there are many different forms of manipulation that keep people locked down in jobs that they hate, and situations that life situations, because they go along with the modern employment paradigm that keep people stuck and restricted. And if you're a creative type or an artist, you have probably heard people tell you that you probably should keep your dream as a hobby, and set aside 30 minutes to an hour every day to just use that to help you unwind. Like the average person doesn't think and doesn't understand the need, and yes, need for the creative expression, because when you suppress that real you, the person that you truly are, when you repress that person, then that energy is going to be weighing you down, and then it's going to come out in other ways. You don't fulfill the need, and then it's going to manifest itself in unproductive ways through lack of motivation, through apathy. And this is why you notice that a lot of people now, all kinds of people go through some kind of bad experience, and there are people that end up on drugs, and they commit suicide. I mean, they're all different walks of life, but particularly for creative people, there is we're talking about the cause and effect for repressing and suppressing the creativity. It'll manifest itself in bad ways, and this is why a lot of people are just on prescription drugs, because they start experiencing this suppression of who they really are, and it manifests itself in all kinds of different ways. And there's a conflicted state of mind that people are in, because they're taught one thing, get a job and get employed and all that shit, and keep your art project or your aspirations as a hobby. And because of that, kind of lost my train of thought there, because I'm creative too. I have several different things going on through my mind all at once, and then I'll get sidetracked because I'm thinking about the next thing that I'm going to say to, so plus I'm new at making I'm somewhat new at making serious YouTube videos. I've clowned around in the past, so bear with me. So basically, what the average person doesn't know or doesn't understand is that that a creative, we need structure, but we also need the means and ability to express at the moment of the muse. So basically, if it's 10:30 and you just got off your 15-minute lunch break that your benevolent boss allowed you to take a moment of freedom for yourself, and then you get that muse at 10:29 and you've got a minute, do you think your boss is going to let you be you and go work on whatever that work is that you developed the muse for? No. Clock back in, do what you're told. And there's a solution to this problem. There really is a solution to this problem. And but a lot of us aren't taught that. And a lot of people think of creativity and art as something that's left-brained and practical and what was the word I was looking for? Just kind of like just something that you now don't get me wrong. For an artist has to spend hours on their craft. Whatever kind of artist has to spend hours on their craft in order to master their craft and get really good at it. And an artist can get to the point to where they've developed enough of their skill. The creativity is here, but they've developed enough of their skill where they can take a small amount of time and just make something happen, and that's okay. However, let me stop the tape because I forgot my point there. So basically my point is some people can do stuff quickly, more quickly. And even then, something that comes from the heart is not, and from muse, is not something that that you just, wow, I forget the words that I'm looking for to describe it, but if you're a creative type, you understand what I'm talking about. What I was going to say is you can go back later and do the left brain stuff like the details and whatnot. This is where I was getting at. You can do that in the evening or something, or whenever. You can work on the details and whatnot, the non-creative part, but there's also a need to, allow that creative side of you to come out actually. But due to the modern employment paradigm, a lot of potentially creative people are literally brainwashed or indoctrinated, for a better word. I like the word brainwashed because it kind of has an impact, kind of resonating energy to it. And but basically people are indoctrinated to clock in and get a job, and then your creative shit can just be a hobby. And there is a solution to it, and that's learning more about developing your skill and marketing and branding, which I wasn't taught, in business in general, and learning how to merge those two and stuff. But a lot of us aren't taught that, and there definitely is a path to freedom, and that's what we're going to talk about in some of these videos coming up.